Hey guys, the time for spring track has finally come around again, and you know what that means, spring track.
And field. We all know that spring track is filled with a variety of events such as sprinting.
I joined track because I thought it was something fun and new to try, and also to get ready for the fall soccer season.
I joined it because I did winter track, and I thought, why want to do both tracks. Also, I actually had a passion for running, so that's a reason I did it.
Probably the 100-meter dash because it's the shortest event, and you're just running your fastest the whole time.
My favorite event is the 100 meter and 200 meter because it's just it's short, but you can go really fast in it. It's not like a whole lot of work, but still you get to really think about what you're gonna do and how you run it.
I think the most important thing is to probably make sure your form is good and to keep breathing.
If your form when you're running, because if you don't have form, it's not gonna you're gonna run good. So the form's probably the most important thing to do when you're sprinting.
I think the best female sprinters are Juliana, Cami, and Sarah.
Seniors, probably Tyler Hayek. He's really good. I saw him. He's running really fast. He's having really good times and records and all that. PRs, pretty good.
Other than sprinting, athletes participate in a more difficult event, which is mid-distance.
When running the 400, I try to do a fast stride up until around the first bend and keep that going until I get around to the last turn, and it's an all-out 200 by there. The most difficult thing is probably practices with Rayburgers. Rayburgers practices kind of get you ready, but at times they can be pretty strenuous.
Another event that athletes run is long distance. Long distance events are 800, mile, and the 2 miles.
Key to running long distance is definitely having a strong mental stamina. I mean, obviously you need to be in good physical shape, but if you aren't mentally strong, then you're pretty much going to fall apart on your runs. I would say definitely keeping a positive attitude, especially during races when you're competing against other schools and different teams. Obviously, you're going to have kids who are faster than you, but you kind of need to uphold this really strong, again, mental stamina. It's kind of different from sprinting because sprinting, your races, while hard, they're a lot shorter, so you don't really have time to think about it. But with distance, you can kind of psych yourself out in races, which you really don't want to do. I mean, sometimes I'm thinking about how much I want it to be over, but then at other times I'm just kind of motivating myself to keep going, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, you're almost done, or I try to set little goals for myself. This way I can get through the race or get through the run, and it makes it a little bit easier.
And now that we have met the track and field team, lastly, let's talk to our team leaders, because what's a team without its leaders?
I think we have a number of leaders on the track team, a number of girls who have been with the program for at least 2 or 3 years who really understand and make track a priority. Just a couple names I could throw out there would be Samantha Sklar, Tyler D'Amico, Emily Becker, Carly Sklar, Des Tulipano.
I think the leaders of the track team, Joe Ziza, Brian O'Donoghue, Jaron Hay, Tyler Haig, Hunter Haig, Miles Frazier, Matt Cassidy. I think we just have a lot of all-around great athletes that lead their teams in different areas.
Brandon Judge, Jess Ionelli.
Probably for freshmen at least, probably Sean Joey's really fast. He's really good. Seniors, probably Tyler Hayek. He's really good. I saw him. He's running really fast. He's having really good times and records and all that. PRs, pretty good.
The leaders of the throwing team, I would have to say Jacob Rantis, Brendan Judge, Jess Mongelli. Basically, I mean, those are, I would say if we had to pick top 3, Jacob Rantis is amazing at jab, very amazing. Jess Mongelli, she's like my own little personal coach, besides Shell. Love you, Shell, but Jess Mongelli, when we're just practicing on our own, she always helps me. She's a good role model and a team leader for the girls' side, at least. And yeah, Brandon Judge as well. I mean, he helps freshmen like Mike Lehman get better, and we're all just one little family. We all look out for each other and stuff like that.
Besides running on the track, there are multiple events on the side, such as jumping and pole vaulting.
For pole vaulting, I'd say if you get the technique down, that's really what you need to do, but getting the technique down is pretty hard. I mean, you got momentum involved and speed and jumping and run. It's all things all happening at once. You got to get it all together. So,
my favorite event is triple jump, and it's because that's what I'm good at, but also because it's fun.
Favorite part about pole vaulting is the danger aspect of it.
Favorite part about pole vaulting is when you get everything right, you can feel everything just the momentum carry you way over the bar, and it's really like a free fall. It's fun. It's like you're flying.
Most people think that the track team only consists of runners and jumpers, but there's also a throwing team involved, and with the help of Coach Shale, they are getting better than ever.
Well, for the throwing squad that I'm coaching this year, I really think our leaders are some of our more veteran throwers, such as Brandon Judge, Jacob Rantis, Madison Miotke, and Dave Skolnick on the boys' side. And then on the girls' side, our only current senior is Jess Mongelli. But in addition to Jess, some of our other veteran throwers like Allie Duffy and Lydiene have certainly been a real asset to the team thus far. Of course, just seeing the improvement the kids have made. We're about 6 weeks or so into the season, and already we've seen some real nice personal bests. Some kids having some nice moments where they realize all of a sudden things are kind of clicking and they're throwing further. And certainly last week, our girls team, as a team winning the county relays, was a big highlight for us as well.
I would sum up this track season as a very good and productive season. The girls just won counties, and we also were undefeated in our dual meet season. Everyone's been improving a lot, especially for the throwers. I know we've all been improving a lot since last year, getting new PRs and doing better with the help of Coach Shell.
I think the big thing is just trying to give them the tools to be successful and stay positive. And if they do have a bad day or a down event, just tell them, hey, you got to put that one behind you. That one's in the past. We got to worry about what's coming next. We can only control the things that we can control.
The hardest throwing event is definitely javelin because it's all technique. You have to have that down perfect, and it's the hardest one.
That's what throwing is. You need technique. I mean, it's not all about throwing. I mean, it's not all about your strength. You can be strong and still be a terrible thrower.
It's not as easy as it seems. Everyone thinks that throwing is just a walk in the park. It's just who's the strongest, but it's not. You need to, just like any other sport, you need to practice. You need to be in the weight room and dedicate your time and just keep practicing.
I mean, currently, as far as any one of our three implements, Jacob Rantis has certainly been our strongest thrower. I think he's right up there with one of the really strong throwers from Wayne Valley in the boys' javelin. And I think if he has a good day, he certainly has a chance to be a county and league champion. On the girls' side, I would say currently probably Jess Mongelli again. She is our one senior, and thus far she has the most experience, and hopefully she can also be very successful at the county meet.
So as you can see, this team is a force to be reckoned with. Now we've got to run. Pun intended. But thank you for tuning in to our 2017 Spring Track News Feature.